ABC 17 Storm Track Weather Alert Day coverage on ABC 17 News starts now.
We start with an ABC 17 Storm Track Weather Alert Day as more snow is moving through mid-Missouri this morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Erica McGuire.
And I'm ABC 17 Storm Track meteorologist John Ross.
And we have team coverage this morning with crews out monitoring conditions all over the viewing area to let you know what you're going to be expecting when you head out the door. And we'll get out to them in just a minute. But first, John has the latest track on the system. And John, after seeing a mix of snow and rain for the past 24 hours, today is going to be mostly snow.
Yeah, we're going to see that transition back to snow. I was talking with the National Weather Service earlier this morning. I mentioned we had a little bit of what looked like and kind of felt like grapple this morning. They were mentioning it could be sleet. Either way, it's a sign that there's things mixing in the atmosphere. We've got a line of rain and snow right through Columbia, and it's going to kind of bounce around. It's going to wiggle a little bit. We're going to see some snow in Columbia. We'll see that transition to rain back and forth. And we may even see that in Jefferson City. Take a look at that pink line, getting a little closer to Jefferson City there in the capital, stretching down to Eldon, Camdenton, actually getting some good snow reaching pretty far south. This is not going to be the snow rates that we saw yesterday that really expanded our winter weather advisories, but we will see more snow likely in our northern counties, more than what was estimated yesterday. The winter storm warning now including Randolph County and Monroe. This is not new information. We had this last night, but if you haven't watched since yesterday morning, that's new information here. So we still have stuff to talk about. Here's a live look in Sedalia. You can see the snow falling there, 33 degrees. That's pretty close to freezing. Likely still a little melting happening. Nothing really falling. It looks like that we can see in Columbia, but we know the airport's reading some light snow. And so impacts this morning still kind of questionable. If you had trouble getting around in the slush yesterday, you're gonna have trouble this morning. And of course, we've got more snow in other areas. And of course, we've got crews out looking at that this morning. So we'll have more details all morning long.
And don't forget to download the free ABC 17 Storm Track weather app to get the latest track and updates right to your phone. You can find it in the Google Play or Apple App stores. Continuing our team coverage this morning, ABC 17 Storm Track meteorologist Nate Splater is out in the ABC 17 Storm Tracker 360 monitoring the roads this morning. And Nate, where are you at right now and what have you been seeing out there so far?
Yeah, good morning, Mid-Missourians. We are out on I-70 this morning, and conditions, at least on the highway here, are pretty clear. People going close to the speed limit, still a little bit slower, especially with this precip still coming down. And there is some coverage even here on I-70, especially as I was coming in this morning. I did see some more of those side roads definitely had much more coverage, so definitely want to take it slow as you're getting out. Again, we're on one of those bigger roads that's a little clearer this morning. Definitely want to take caution here heading out through the day. We are expecting more snowfall on the way. It's going to continue here with winds as well. Below that snow, reduce your visibility. We are seeing some of that visibility reduction here this morning, so we'll continue to again follow these road conditions here throughout the area. Right now, especially here on I-70, conditions are clear, so it will be good if you are heading out on these bigger roads, but take some caution, plan for some extra time as you're heading out here, especially as we are still following that snowfall this morning. Reporting live from the Storm Tracker 360, I'm ABC 17 Storm Track meteorologist Nate Splater.
All right, thank you, Nate. And we'll check back in with him in about 15 minutes for another update on those conditions. And taking a quick look at the MoDOT Traveler map this morning, you can see roads in much northern and mid-Missouri are completely or partly covered this morning. That's all that purple and blue you're seeing on your screen. Of course, we'll keep monitoring the roads and bring you live updates all morning long. We've also got crews stationed in both Columbia and Jefferson City this morning to keep an eye on conditions there. And we'll start with ABC 17's Morgan Burish, who's live from the Business Loop this morning. And Morgan, what are you seeing out there so far this morning?
Erica, it's pretty quiet out here in Columbia so far, but I will say the roads are very slushy. I heard John Ross talking about that just a minute ago. I know on my commute in today, the roads are slushy. The turn lanes, especially those lanes that aren't being used quite as much, could be kind of slick. So be careful if you're heading out. I'm going to go behind camera here very quick and just kind of show you what we're dealing with out here in front of our station on Business Loop. You can see just kind of that rain and snow mixture has really just left the roads very slushy. The few cars that I have seen drive out here this morning, you know, you can see that slush just kick up behind their tires. I've seen a few plows out here as well, not too many, as you can see behind me. Like I said, very quiet right now, but if you are heading out, just make sure to take your time, be careful. It's just some light flurries right now, it feels like, but the roads are slushy. Reporting live in Columbia, Morgan Burrish, ABC 17 News.
All right, thanks, Morgan. And now we're going to check back in with ABC 17's Marina Diaz, actually for the first time this morning, who's monitoring conditions in the capital city. And Marina, how are things looking down there?
Yeah, Erica, I'm down here in Jefferson City. I'm actually at the courtyard and I'm up on their parking lot. I want to go ahead and show you guys the highways over here. It's actually not too bad. None of the snow's really sticking. I mean, even the grass, none of the snow's sticking down here, and it's not really snowing. I think it's trying to, but it's a lot of rain. There's a lot of water on the roadways, but not too many slick spots. Again, we did drive from Columbia down here, and on that drive, you could see that there is snow up near Columbia, and it turned to slush about midway through that drive. And then down here, it was just wet roads. So nothing too much to be concerned about. But back in Columbia, when I was on my drive down here, those roads were a little slushy. So if you're not very comfortable or confident in the snow, you're going to want to make sure you're taking your time. But we'll continue to be out here monitoring Jefferson City and provide updates throughout the morning. Reporting live in Jefferson City, Marina Diaz, ABC 17 News.
All right, thank you, Marina. And we'll check back in with all of our crews throughout the morning to bring you the latest updates on conditions across mid-Missouri. More than 75 schools have called off classes or switched to virtual learning for today. Columbia, Jefferson City, Fulton, Mexico, and Boonville are just some of the schools that canceled class for today. Other districts like Moberly, North Callaway, Stevens College, and State Fair Community College will be remote learning today. Now, for a full list of school closures and changes are scrolling at the bottom of your screen. You can also go to abc17news.com to see the full list along with some other community closures around mid-Missouri. And that brings us to our question of the day. Do you agree with your school's decision about Tuesday classes? You can vote on the poll on our Facebook and Twitter pages, or you can also find it on our website at abc17news.com. And we are seeing a few outages around mid-Missouri as well this morning. Now take a look. Macon County is dealing with the worst of it right now, with Macon Electric Co-op reporting nearly 200 homes without power. Monroe, Montgomery, and Audrain counties are also seeing around 60 or fewer outages. Now we'll keep watching and let you know if any of these change throughout the morning.
It is 4:07. Welcome back to ABC 17 Storm Track weather on the 7s. Today, Tuesday, is our last ABC 17 Storm Track weather alert day on the board. Currently, we've got a large storm system. It spans the country from the Great Lakes to the Gulf of Mexico. We happen to be in the sweet spot for snow later today. Let's take a closer look here at home. We're starting to see that wraparound portion start to pivot and move back in our direction. And, well, for some of us, that pivot may be far enough south that we stay in snow most of the time here. Here's a look at what's happening. We've got rain moving from south to north on the eastern half of mid-Missouri, and we've got snow on a little bit slower basis moving from south to north, maybe even starting to pivot back towards Kansas City. So let's put a pause on this. Let's take a look here. If you're west of Columbia, generally speaking, you have snow this morning. In Columbia, that's kind of where things are a bit tricky. We know we have some light snow, but as we heard from Marina, not too far to the south here in Jefferson City, well, it's raining. And you can see here on our ABC 17 Storm Track Doppler radar, the radar's trying to resolve that as snow and maybe a little bit of a mix. But again, we have eyes on the ground in Jefferson City, and Marina says it's raining, and I trust her more than what the radar is trying to see, because sometimes that melting happens and the radar doesn't quite pick it up. So that's why we have eyes on the ground this morning. And if we take a look back to the east of Jefferson City, it's solid rain. So I believe that would be all rain here towards towards Lynn and parts of Osage County up towards Callaway County, Fulton. Maybe a little bit of a break, but likely a little rain, maybe a little snow. Again, we're going to see that fluctuate back and forth throughout the morning. Herman, rain. Owensville, rain. Vienna, rain this morning. But back towards Camdenton, Lake of the Ozarks, chance for some of that snow. Certainly in Sedalia. Let's get a live look at our Sedalia camera. That should show us snow falling in the lights. Better accumulations on the grass than I've seen in Columbia. Just to give you an idea, the capital, Jefferson City, where Marina is, it's all water, it's all rain. So let's get a quick look here at our alerts. Of course, we've got a widespread winter alerts across the board. We've got winter weather advisories. We've got a winter storm warning now for Randolph County and northward. This is where we've got a better chance for, again, concern for roadways. And that's especially where we could see moderate to high impacts later this evening. We will tell you how much snow we could see the rest of the day, and I'll have a track on it coming up in about 5 to 10 minutes.
Up next on ABC 17 News this morning, where the news comes first.
And we continue to monitor conditions across Missouri as you take a live look from our ABC 17 Storm Tracker 360. We'll continue to check back in with all of our crews all morning long to let you know what to expect as you head out the door.
When it's a big story,
we're all over it.
A 14-3 Cotton Bowl victory for the Mizzou Tigers.
The perfect cap to the best year that Mizzou football has seen under head coach Eli Drinkwitz.
ABC 17 News.
We call it a talk show, but this is a life show. We laugh together, we cry together, we cook together, and in life, everything happens. And on this show, we talk about everything. It's the golden hour. No matter what we are talking about, this 1 hour is special.
Make Tamron Hall a golden hour of your day.
Weekdays at 11 on ABC 17 KMIZ.
What can she get out of a box of cookies? New perspectives. Amazing adventures. Self-expression. A better world. Experiences and friendships to last a lifetime. She sees herself in Girl Scouts. You can too. Be a Girl Scout.
When winter weather threatens mid-Missouri, we declare ABC 17 Storm Track Weather Alert Days.
Timing, hazards, and impacts.
Advance warning so you know what's coming and when to expect it. With updates on TV, online, and on the go. Be the first to know with ABC 17 Storm Track Weather Alert Days.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way. My kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
This is how you take the field. This is how you make Saturday special.
LSU does it!
And this is how you leave your mark. This is how we go all out and show how the game is played. SEC on ESPN and ABC. This is how it's done.
The cases you crave.
That evidence here today is what's going to sink you.
The drama you deserve.
I don't believe anything that you're saying.
Hot Bench.
Weekdays at 3 on ABC 17.
Welcome back from Missouri. You're taking a live look out of the ABC 17 Storm Tracker 360 this morning as ABC 17 meteorologist Nate Splater is traveling westbound on I-70 in the Boonville area, where you can see there are some snowflakes coming down right there. It's not too heavy, but you definitely want to take your time out there this morning. I headed into the station about 2 hours ago, and there are some slushy conditions out there, and there could possibly be some slick spots. So you definitely want to take your time out there, and we'll check back in with all of our crews across Missouri in about the next 5 minutes. A Callaway County man will spend the rest of his life behind bars for child sex crimes. Daniel Overstreet was sentenced to 160 years in prison after being found guilty of 7 counts of statutory sodomy. The sheriff's office says Overstreet was accused of several incidents of statutory sodomy between 2011 and 2016 after a girl reported him to the Fulton Police Department in 2020. A woman will spend the next few years in prison for helping someone run away from the Callaway County murder charge. A judge gave Emily Ricketts a 4-year sentence for hindering prosecution. She admitted to helping Ruben Cabrera get to the country of Mexico after allegedly killing someone at the Boone-Callaway County line in 2019. Prosecutor Ben Miller says Ricketts reached out to Missouri law enforcement about coming back home while hiding in Mexico, but he says it's unlikely they will ever catch up with Cabrera. Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft's Jefferson City home was swatted Sunday night. No one was hurt. Ashcroft tells us he received a phone call from police just after 9 that night telling him to come out with his hands up. He put his wife and children in a back closet and walked out of the house slowly and empty-handed. Ashcroft described how multiple armed officers came up to him and instructed him on how to move forward. Jefferson City Police are not commenting on the matter. Columbia Senator Caleb Rowden says he is drafting legislation right now to increase the penalty for swatting in Missouri. Right now, it's a Class B misdemeanor.
Keeping track of snowfall has been tough because a lot of it has been melting. I'll tell you about a better chance for accumulation lying ahead when we come back.
ABC 17 News is now available on any of these streaming services and devices. ABC 17 News, where the news comes first.
I'm here to make things quick and easy.
All the nonsense.
I'm right.
You may be right, but you're not smart.
Please, Judge Judy, hear my case, please. I will be quiet.
No, I'm done with you.
Meets no nonsense.
I'm not here to argue. I'm here to rule. Fibber, fibber. You know that I'm not buying what you're saying to me, but I'm going to let you dig your hole.
Justice, Judge Judy style.
I always have the last word.
Judge Judy, weekdays at 4 on ABC 17 KMIZ.
Hi, I'm Marissa Hollowed with this month's edition of A Family for Me, a chance to match some of our area's children with local families.
Please, Pikachu.
This month, I met with Kyle at Bonkers in Columbia. Tell me why you feel a connection to animals.
I just really love animals, so when I pet them, they actually calm down a little bit.
Does it help you kind of calm down too, being around animals?
Yeah, it actually does.
So, do you kind of like having a calm environment around you?
Yes. Oh, that is cute.
That's a Pokemon, right?
No, this is an axolotl.
What is that?
It's like a little water creature.
Okay.
That survives on land and swims in water all the time.
It's so cute.
Mm-hmm. Look at his little face.
What'd you wish for? Can you tell me?
Hopefully to find a way to get adopted actually soon. Actually, I'm one of the kids that likes school. At house, you're taking care of your siblings or whatever, you barely have a break. But at school, you get to relax a little bit, and you also have a lunch break where you can just chill. These are my favorite part of them. They're little fins. It's like a little lizard. So at the daycare, I helped and I put mulch down onto the playgrounds. I was passing out the food for the younger ones. So yeah.
Seems like you're not afraid to do some hard work.
No.
Huh? Did that really just happen?
I got multiple at once.
No way. That was insane. Is all this gonna fit in your bag?
I don't think so.
There you go.
It doesn't need these in there.
Thank you so much. Of course. We had a blast.
I'm glad
we had a big blast. Thank you.
If you would like to meet any of the wonderful kids available for adoption or fostering in mid-Missouri, call or email the Central Missouri Foster Care and Adoption Association.
Get the latest alerts for your location with the ABC 17 Storm Track Weather app. You'll be the first to know when winter weather. Track Weather app. You'll be the first to know when winter weather is on.
Just after 4:17, welcome back to ABC 17 Storm Track Weather on the 7s. Today is an ABC 17 Storm Track Weather Alert Day for the potential for snow to accumulate and cause some slick travel conditions again today. Yesterday it was not that impressive. We had, yes, some impressive snow rates, but the accumulation was kind of more icky than anything. It was a slushy mess, but that made travel an issue. We had numerous slide-offs, so just slush can be an issue, especially if you're not prepared. You're not slowing down a little bit. We've got more snow on the way, and this snow may very well stick better throughout the day because we're not going to be quite as warm. We are looking at snow on the map right now from Warsaw through Jefferson City almost. The last report we had on the ground there was rain, but not far to your north in Ashland. We've likely got a little bit of snow. Up towards Mexico, rain-snow line. There and northward, those points in north and west, we've got snow on the map. We've got likely rain to the south and the east, but even folks in Vienna and Raleigh will get in on a little bit of snow later today, and that's where, again, this part of the map comes into play. This is a map for the total event, Monday and Tuesday. Some of the snow's already fallen and melted, sadly, for you snow lovers. We've had, again, a slushy mess the last 24 hours. It's really been hard to kind of keep track of what's fallen, but we do have potential for more snow to fall. This is just one model run. This is raw model guidance. Take it with a pinch of salt. This is not our handmade forecast that we just showed you, but this shows you some potential. I think 8 inches is outlandish. That's high. But on these 4 inches, I think that's more realistic, somewhere north of I-70, because we have snow falling there right now, and then we're going to see snow falling there throughout the rest of the morning and into the afternoon, and that's where temperatures become a little bit more advantageous for, well, those of you who want that snow to stick, because we're looking at temperatures falling throughout the day. 100% chance of snow from about 12 to 3. You're going to see that here on our ABC 17 Storm Track Future Track. Right now it's a rain-snow mix, but that's going to slowly come to an end as we get throughout the morning. Again, temperatures are falling. We still have a window south of Jefferson City where we're looking at rain or some dry conditions, but see where snow continues to fall in that 24 to 36 highway window? That's where I think some of our better snowfalls will be. But we've got more snow on the way for folks to the south as well. So we will likely end the day with accumulations in the south. It's not going to be nearly as much. This is a lighter snow than what we had yesterday. We had to have that really big heavy, wet snowflake yesterday to overcome those warm temperatures to bring that slush. We're not going to be as warm today. It doesn't take as much to get that accumulation. So we're still looking at, even with lighter snow, some road impacts. And whatever remains tonight's likely going to freeze and stick around because we're falling into the 20s and into the teens overnight. It's going to be cold tomorrow morning. Add to that, on the backside of this, winds are going to be blowing. This afternoon, we'll have wind gusts as high as 40+ miles per hour, and that's weather alert day worthy in and of itself. There goes our system moving away. Speaking of cold and blustery, we've got a cold snap on the way with an Arctic blast. Pay close attention to that big low that develops from that blast off towards the East Coast. That storm that we're talking about late this week, it's largely an East Coast storm, but we could see maybe some accumulations out of it. I think on the high end, we're going to keep tracking that in detail, of course. A lot of attention, of course, right now focused on this storm, but we're also watching the next one as well.
All right, lots to focus on still, so definitely always want to keep staying tuned.
Yeah, download the ABC 17 Storm Track Weather app if you don't have it already.
All right, thanks so much, John.
You bet.
And we're going to go back out to ABC 17 Storm Track meteorologist Nate Splater, who's out on the roads in the ABC 17 Storm Tracker 360. And Nate, where are you at right now, and what have you been seeing since we last spoke with you?
Yeah, good morning, Mid-Missourians. We just passed Boonville here along I-70 a few minutes ago, just past the mile marker 100. If I read that correctly as we were driving here west. That's, again, where we're heading west on I-70, where roads are partly covered even on these bigger roads, so you want to take it slow even here. You can see we're getting a lot of visibility reduced from these cars passing by as well, so definitely plan for extra time on any roads, and especially those smaller side roads are going to be even more covered than what you're seeing here. Everyone's really reducing their speed. We're going well below the speed limit, so definitely will, again, need to plan for extra time. Keep it slow. Visibility is going to be reduced throughout the day. Even after the sun comes up, winds going to keep blowing snow around, so you're definitely going to need to, again, plan for extra time as you're getting out on these roadways. And we'll still see more snow on the way through the day, so again, you're going to have to plan for this throughout our Tuesday here. We'll continue to follow these road conditions, again, as we're on I-70, even seeing some of that partial coverage. Again, it's going to get steadily worse the smaller and smaller those roads get, and we're continue to see, again, this first really big snow bringing some of those impacts to mid-Missouri, so make sure you're taking it slow and taking caution out there. We'll continue to check in here with the Storm Tracker 360 throughout the morning. Reporting live for the ABC 17 Storm Track Weather Team, I'm meteorologist Nate Splater.
All right, thank you, Nate. And we'll check back in with him in about 15 minutes for another update on those conditions. And here's a live look at Highway 50 in Jefferson City as we continue to monitor the roads. We'll have another check on the roads across in Missouri coming up in just a few minutes. Stay with us. The time right now is 4:24.
Did you know 80% of women are struggling with hair damage? Dryness and frizz that keeps coming back could be damaged hair that can't retain moisture. You need Pantene's Miracle Rescue Deep Conditioner. It's filled with provitamins to help hair lock in moisture, visibly repairing 6 months of damage in just one use, with no way down. Guaranteed or your money back. For hair that looks healthy and stays healthy. If you know it's Pantene.
Stanley Steamer is proud to be the leader in deep cleaning, cleaning over 1 million homes and businesses across America every year. We remove the buildup of dirt, dust, and grime from your home and business. Call your local Stanley Steamer.
Watch this. We get the team and I know that we making them nervous. This in the battle, we can't have discussion. I'm talking about doing the verses. So make it a good one.
Stay ahead of Mid-Missouri's changing weather with the ABC 17 Storm Track Weather app. Snow or shine, you'll be the first to know. Download the free app today.
We call it a talk show, but this is a life show. We laugh together, we cry together, we cook together, and in life, everything happens. And on this show, we talk about everything. It's the golden hour. No matter what we are talking about, this 1 hour is special.
Make Tamron Hall a golden hour of your day.
Weekdays at 11 on ABC 17 KMIZ.
Studies show that when you hear better, you feel better and actually live a happier and healthier life. So Nano Hearing Aids is offering 2 very special offers. When you buy any Nano OTC hearing aid, Nano will give you a pair of Nano personal sound amplifiers free. And Nano is offering an amazing deal on their CIC Recharge OTC hearing aids. You can order a full pair for only $297. Payments from only $26.81 a month, 88 cents a day.
1-800-231-6330.
Hit the ring with us, it is over before it started.
World League Wrestling. Saturday nights at 6 on MyZoo TV and Sunday nights at 11 on ABC 17 KMIZ.
You know that guy? The one who's not afraid to ask the tough questions?
What goes into your decision making?
The guy uncovering problems affecting our community.
Why was there no step taken?
Getting to the bottom of what matters most.
Do you believe that's enough to ensure that these places are safe?
Yeah, this guy, ABC 17 news anchor and investigative reporter Lucas Geisler. Got a news tip for Lucas? Scan the code or click the share tab on abc17news.com to send one to him.
Tonight, Only Murders in the Building continues on ABC for an exclusive winter event.
Raise your hand if you just got chills.
Only Murders in the Building, tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
It is 4:27. Welcome back this morning, Mid-Missouri. It is an ABC 17 Storm Track Weather Alert Day. We're tracking some rain and snow. Roads right now are largely slushy in Columbia and to the south at best, but to the north, we've had a little bit more snow overnight, and roads could be a bit slicker. We do expect roads to continue to deteriorate today with more snow and colder temperatures in the forecast.
And here's another live look from the ABC 17 Storm Tracker 360 as we monitor conditions with snow falling in Missouri this morning. We'll have another check with all of our crews coming up in just a few minutes.
ABC 17 News is now available on any of these streaming services and devices. ABC 17 News, where the news comes first.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. The trees stand tall. Mother, mother, you tell me to stay rooted. The tree's roots go deep. You tell me to focus on my breath, and the trees breathe for the earth. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? Will you be the kind that makes shade? Or the kind that shows a new way? Might you be the kind to hug? Or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter which you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind. The child had a few more questions after that, and the forest had plenty of answers.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
The cases you crave.
That evidence here today is what's going to sink you.
The drama you deserve.
I don't believe anything that you're saying.
Hot Bench.
Weekdays at 3 on ABC 17.
On the go, stay in the know with the ABC 17 News app. It's your first alert to breaking news, weather, and traffic impacts. Instant access to live video on the scene with updates in real time.
I'm gonna go ahead and step out of frame so you guys can see what we're seeing right now.
So no matter where you are, you'll always know the big stories happening right now.
Download the ABC 17 News app from the App Store or Google Play today. ABC 17 News. Get the app, get the alert.
This is how you take the field. This is how you make Saturday special. And this is how you leave your mark. This is how we go all out and show how the game is played. SEC on ESPN and ABC. This is how it's done.
ABC 17 Storm Track Weather Alert Day coverage on ABC 17 News starts now.
We continue our expanded Weather Alert Day coverage this morning as snow continues to fall across much of mid-Missouri. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Erica McGuire. Now we've got team coverage with crews all across mid-Missouri to let you know about the conditions where you live. And we'll get out to all of them in just a minute. But we're going to start with ABC 17 Storm Track meteorologist John Ross, who joins us live from the Weather Center with the latest track this morning. John, the rain we were seeing in some areas last night is mostly all switching to snow for today.
Yeah, we are still hanging on to that rain for now, but you're right, Erica. We will see a transition as temperatures fall. We're already in some spots on the backside of the core of low pressure. And so we expect maybe in Columbia and Jefferson City another degree of temperature climb before we start to fall. And well, we're already seeing snow in Columbia. On our last check in Jefferson City, Marina Diaz is there. She mentioned rain. We'll get another update on her, and we'll get an update from Nate Splater, who's on the roads this morning, potentially in your neck of the woods. So stay tuned for that. But it's still rain for a lot of folks in the south and east. And that is a trend that will change, but maybe not before you head to work. We're looking at that rain snow line kind of wobbling here. We're going to continue to see that wobble until we get that cool down to push it further to the east throughout the morning. We still have a winter storm warning in effect essentially along and north of, we'll call it Highway 24, Sheraton, Randolph, Monroe, and Macon counties. This is where the confidence is highest in accumulations and road impacts. We still could have some to the south. In fact, we will likely have more accumulations and road impacts this afternoon. Right now, here's a look at Sedalia. Snow in the grass. Having a hard time accumulating on the pavement there. Not sure what's been applied to that sidewalk, so it's not exactly, or that parking lot, so it's not a fair shot, but overall more accumulation than what we have in Columbia, where we've had more rain mixing in. And so that will still be a concern. But again, with more snow and colder temperatures this evening, we'll see a bit more of an impact on roads, and we will have more details on that and another look at our ABC 17 Storm Track Doppler radar in a few minutes.
Don't forget to download the free ABC 17 Storm Track weather app to get the latest track and updates right to your phone. You can find it on the Google Play or Apple App Stores. Continuing our team coverage this morning, ABC 17 Storm Track meteorologist Nate Splater is out in the ABC 17 Storm Tracker 360 monitoring the conditions for you. And Nate, where are you at right now, and what have you been seeing out there so far this morning?
Good morning. Mid-Missouri still seeing some good snow coming down here. We're traveling west on I-70 just past mile marker 90. We're going to head over to Marshall here this morning. Still on the way right now, and again heading west on I-70. Can see some of these even partly covered roads here on, and even the interstates. So we want you to follow those road conditions even deteriorating, getting worse on those smaller roads as you're heading out. Definitely want to plan for a lot of extra time here. Not for really the snow on the roads, but also what's coming down. We're going to see more snow through much of today and high winds on top of that. It's going to reduce visibility as we were seeing this morning. Got caught behind some slower traffic here. Once again, we are seeing some of those impacts, so definitely we'll need to plan for some extra time. We're reducing our speed here this morning, and we will continue to check in here from the Storm Tracker 360. Reporting now for the Storm Track Weather Team, I'm ABC 17 Storm Track meteorologist Nate Splater.
All right, thank you, Nate. And we'll check back in with him in about 15 minutes for another update on those conditions. And taking a quick look at the MoDOT traveler map this morning, you can see roads in much of northern and mid-Missouri are completely or partly covered this morning. That's all that purple and blue you're seeing on your screen. Of course, we'll keep monitoring the roads and bring you live updates all morning long. We've also got crews stationed in both Columbia and Jefferson City this morning to keep an eye on conditions there. And we'll start with ABC 17's Morgan Burrish, who's live from the Business Loop. And Morgan, what are you seeing out there right now?
Erica, not too much has changed since I last talked to you about half an hour ago around 4. I'm out here in front of our station on Business Loop. That's the Providence intersection back there behind me. Things are pretty quiet. You know, we've got some light snow coming down right now, nothing too heavy, but I heard John Ross talk about it earlier. The roads are slushy. I noticed it coming in on my way into work this morning. I'm going to step out of view here. You can probably see some of that slush there just along the shoulder right now. It's not quite as slushy as a few more cars have been driving by this morning, but the roads are still very quiet, as you can see. So just be aware of that slush and any roads that are a little less traveled and any turn lanes, anything like that. And I'll be keeping you updated on road conditions and any traffic impacts we may see this morning. Reporting live in Columbia, Morgan Burrish, ABC 17 News.
All right, thanks, Morgan. And now we're going to check in with ABC 17's Marina Diaz, who's monitoring conditions in the capital city this morning. And Marina, how are things looking down there this morning?
Erica, down here in Jefferson City, it's a lot of rain, not a lot of snow. The snow's not even really sticking to the grass, let alone any of the roadways. And I did drive down here from Columbia about 45 minutes ago now, and there was some snow over there. And then on the way down here, it kind of turned into a slush mix, and now the roads are really just wet. So nothing too really that you need to be concerned about. But I am checking in with MSHP, and the last time they updated their Twitter page, it said they had 202 calls for services, 93 stranded motorists. Non-injury crashes were at 75 and injury crashes were at 7. And this was last updated at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. I have reached out to Kyle Green with the Missouri State Highway Patrol for more information from Troop F, but have yet to hear back, and I will keep checking in with him and monitoring Jefferson City down here. But for now, reporting live in Jefferson City, Marina Diaz, ABC 17 News.
All right, thank you, Marina. And we'll be checking back in with all of our crews throughout the morning to bring you the latest update on conditions across mid-Missouri. More than 75 schools have called off classes or switched to virtual learning for today. Columbia, Jefferson City, Fulton, Mexico, and Boonville are just some of the schools that canceled class for today. Other districts like Moberly, North Callaway, Stevens College, and State Fair Community College will be remote learning today. For a full list of school closures and changes, they're scrolling at your screen right now. And you can also go to abc17news.com to see the list along with some other community closures around mid-Missouri. And that brings us to our question of the day. Do you agree with your school's decision about Tuesday classes? You can vote on the poll on our Facebook and Twitter pages, or you can also find it on our website at abc17news.com.
Welcome back, Mid-Missouri. It's just after 4:37 here, and we are continuing to track this snow. We showed you a live view. ABC 17 Storm Track meteorologist Nate Splater, he was on I-70 headed towards Marshall. And you may have seen, if you were paying close attention, the left lane there that he's not traveling in. Doesn't look like many people are, because it's starting to pick up some of that snow accumulation. And so that's what we're starting to see in some of our western counties as it looks. I would estimate it's probably a little bit more impactful up north, and that's the direction he's going to be heading later this morning. So if you live in this direction, stay tuned. We'll have crews on the ground there. But what I want to point out here is that as you head west, maybe you're headed to Kansas City for a doctor's appointment. I know folks still got to get around in this. Let's point out some of the better snowfall that lies in that direction. We've got a product here that shows us where the heaviest snow lies. And we've got a band just outside of mid-Missouri, kind of close to the center of that low, or the wraparound portion, I should say. The center is a little bit further to the west. But the wraparound portion of this, we've got some better lift, some better snow falling. And if we take a closer look, we can put a number on that. This is just south of I-70, but we can call it kind of close. We could see that meander over the interstate. We're looking at maybe ½ inch an hour. And that's maybe half of some of the best snow rates we saw yesterday, but it's getting a little closer. And that's where travel is going to be a bit on the slick side. Let's bounce out of this. I want to show you some of our live cameras. Again, if you're heading in that direction, this is kind of what it looks like. Sedalia picking up some of that better snowfall. You see it here falling in the lights. Visibility reduced a little bit in that direction. We're starting to see maybe some impacts on the parking lot. Again, kind of hard to tell. We're not sure how that has been treated, but clearly it's better snow accumulation than what we're seeing to the south. Still, with rain falling and maybe some snow trying to mix in here at the lights at Rusty Brewing Toyota off Highway 54 in Jefferson City, you may have some visibility reduction, but right now roads should be a little bit better in that direction. Let's take a look at temperatures, because we're going to see this rain snow line shift around a little bit. Jefferson City, you're 36 degrees, 37 in Camdenton, 32 right now in Lynn. We're going to start to see, again, those temperatures start to fall kind of in that fashion. You're going to see that colder air wrap around that backside of low. We'll start to see snow mix in a little bit better. Let me give you a visual on that here with our ABC 17 Storm Track Future Track. Again, you see that happening, that snow falling back in on that backside. And that's going to bring us all a chance for accumulation. I'll tell you how much more snow we could see coming up in about 5 to 10 minutes.
Up next on ABC 17 News This Morning, where the news comes first.
And we continue to monitor conditions across mid-Missouri as you're taking a live look at I-70 and Stadium in Columbia, where you can see traffic is moving slowly with that snow falling. Of course, we'll keep monitoring conditions and bringing updates all morning. Stay with us. The time right now is 4:41.
Get the latest alerts for your location with the ABC 17 Storm Track Weather app. You'll be the first to know when winter weather is on the way. Download the free app today.
All the nonsense.
I'm right.
You may be right, but you're not smart.
Meets no nonsense.
I'm not here to argue. I'm here to rule.
Judge Judy.
I always have the last word.
Weekdays at 4 on ABC 17 KMIZ.
What can she get out of a box of cookies? New perspectives, amazing adventures, self-expression, a better world, experiences and friendships to last a lifetime. She sees herself in Girl Scouts. You can too. Be a Girl Scout.
Transitioning out of the military, it's difficult. Just about everything around you changes. I would get phone calls that brothers were dying, and some of them to suicide. And I'd found myself in another cold cemetery, and I started to wonder if I was next. It's a struggle to know that you're facing challenges, but not be ready to face them. Sleep doesn't come easy, and when it comes, it doesn't last long. You're tired all the time. I didn't reach out for that help, but thank God my wife did. She got me registered for Wounded Warrior Project. Talking to somebody that would listen to me and understood my story helped me realize that it was time to change. There's a new fight, there's a new mission, and that's something I am eternally grateful for.
ABC 17 Storm Track Weather is your first alert to incoming weather. Wherever you go, whatever your plans, we've got you covered with the ABC 17 Storm Track Future Track, alerting you to when and where conditions will change.
We've got 2 new warnings to tell you about.
Tracking rain or snow when they become the big story live on air. Plus, instant alerts and interactive radar on the ABC 17 Storm Track Weather app. With ABC 17 Storm Track weather, you'll always be the first to know about mid-Missouri's changing conditions.
Right now, there's just so much happening in our world. So much at stake at the start of every morning.
Making sense of it all, that's not always so easy.
And that's where we come in.
Good morning, America. We want you to know every morning.
We're right here, and we got you.
You're watching ABC 17 News this morning on KMIZ, where the news comes first.
Welcome back to Missouri. You're taking a live look out of I-70 in Boonville right now as we continue to monitor snowfall and road conditions across Missouri. And you can see that there are some raindrops on that MoDOT camera right now, and you can see those roads are partially covered. So you definitely want to take your time if you're going to be heading out on any roadways across the state this morning. And we'll check back in with all of our crews on the roads for what you can expect this morning in about 5 minutes. Donald Trump wants to get his federal election case thrown out. The former president is accused of trying to overturn the 2020 election results. An appeals court will decide whether or not he has presidential immunity since he was working as the president at the time. The outcome of today's arguments could carry ramifications for the way ex-presidents can be prosecuted for things they did while in the White House. In America this morning, 21 people are hurt after a hotel exploded in Fort Worth, Texas. This happened in a busy area of downtown about 1 block from the Fort Worth Convention Center. Some people were trapped in the basement before rescue crews were able to get to them. The explosion flung entire sections of walls and doors onto the road in front of the 20-story hotel. Fire crews say they think gas caused the explosion. The building was undergoing construction at the time.
We still have a little bit of rain on radar, but we should see more and more snow take its place throughout the day. We'll have the latest on what you can expect coming up in just a few minutes.
This 1 hour is special.
Make Tamron Hall a golden hour of your day.
Weekdays at 11 on ABC 17 KMIZ. When winter weather threatens mid-Missouri, we declare ABC 17 Storm Track Weather Alert Days.
Timing, hazards, and impacts.
Advance warning so you know what's coming and when to expect it. With updates on TV, online, and on the go. Be the first to know with ABC 17 Storm Track Weather Alert Days.
Water, nature's ultimate cleaner. We drink it, we bathe in it. Think water, think steam, think clean. Now harness the power of water with the H2O X5 5-in-1 steam cleaning system.
I'm so impressed with the X5.
It's an all-in-one product. I can use it throughout my entire house.
It's cleaning, it's sanitizing. There's no chemicals in it. It's just steam.
This is unbelievable. There is no more odor. You could spend over $500 to purchase the products that the X5 5-in-1 Miracle replaces. Order your H2O X5 steam cleaning system, a $500 value for just 4 easy payments of $43. Order now and we'll upgrade your X5 package. We'll add a 6th mode with a dusting and polishing wand. Valued at over $30, this extra bonus attachment makes your H2O X5 the H2O X6. That means your 10-piece system becomes a 12-piece system at no extra cost to you. All for just 3 easy payments of $43. Call or click right now.
When it's a big story,
We're all over it.
a 14-3 Cotton Bowl victory for the Mizzou Tigers.
The perfect cap to the best year that Mizzou football has seen under head coach Eli Drinkwitz.
ABC 17 News.
It is 4:47. Good morning, Mid-Missouri. Welcome back to ABC 17 Storm Track Weather on the 7s. We're going to start with what I think we've all kind of been thinking about in the last 24 hours is snow totals. Yes, we've seen some good snow fall, but it's been hard to keep track of it because as it falls, it accumulates and then it melts, especially with the rain. So we've seen some of this snow that we have forecasted for Monday into Tuesday, yesterday into today. But if you're waking up and you're not seeing anything, it's because a lot of it has melted. We do expect to see better accumulations tonight really take hold as we've got another round of snow move in, and it may be some lighter snow, but it will have the advantage of some cooler temperatures. We had some heavy snow yesterday. You saw it was really pretty, kind of took over all at once in Columbia if you're there local. It had to fight some warm temperatures, though, and so it really had a hard time sticking to the ground, and that left us with some slush. We are still dealing with that rain-snow mix, especially for folks between Columbia to Jefferson City. If you're in Jefferson City, we will have a live update from Marina Diaz later in the show, so stick around. But in Columbia here, it's maybe some light snow, better snow right now, falling off towards the north and the west. But there's a look at what you have. If you're in Vienna, Rolla, south towards Camdenton, you'll have more snow cycle back around today. We all see a chance for snow as temperatures fall and more precipitation comes through. So you will see some snow and you may see some accumulations. It may have a hard time sticking in the south, but we'll see. This is raw model guidance. This is not the handmade forecast map that I just showed you. Some of these high-end numbers I think are outrageous, but in this range we could see maybe another 2 to 4 inches north of I-70 throughout now the morning and into the later half of your day. And so Tuesday evening, that could lead to some pretty good road impacts, so you're going to want to use caution again today. It may not be the slush, it may be more of a snow sticking to the roadway kind of situation. Here's a look at our ABC 17 Storm Track Future Track. I mentioned this a few minutes ago. We're going to see, again, we're on the backside of this low, so we're going to see this snow kind of wrap around the backside, and we're going to see that start to take hold even in our southern counties, but it's also going to be a little bit longer for folks here south of Jefferson City. So Jefferson City, you're going to be kind of in that iffy zone for some time until about noon, and then that snow fills in for Jeff, Osage Beach, Columbia, Moberly, where we've already seen snow this morning, and this area has stayed in snow for some time. So again, we still expect our greatest accumulations north of about Highway 24. And by the way, Nate Splater, he's on his way to that direction. We're going to shift to that light snow. Again, not the snow rates that we had last night, but temperatures are cooler, so it should take hold a little bit better on not only elevated surfaces, but the ground as well. We expect some road issues this evening. And then whatever lingers tonight sticks around because it gets cold into tomorrow morning. We will be back in the 40s tomorrow with a south wind, but it's all north wind here this afternoon. In fact, northwest wind has wind speeds potentially gusting into the 40s. So again, it's going to be blustery this evening. If you're getting out at all, it's not really only the snow you need to worry about, but the cold. We will have another shot of some Arctic air on the way. An Arctic blast on the way. But watch this big upper level low kind of booming here as it moves off towards the east coast. This next storm that we're tracking for Thursday night into Friday, largely Ohio Valley to East Coast storm, but we could get some minor accumulations from it. Stay tuned for details. I think Thursday's mostly dry, but some rain snow mix on the way potentially to end your work week.
All right, thanks so much, John.
Of course.
In the last couple of minutes, St. Elizabeth R4 announced they will not be having classes today. And of course, you can see the full list scrolling at the bottom of your screen. And you can go to abc17news.com for the latest updates on all the closures and changes for schools around mid-Missouri. And we're going to go back to ABC 17 Storm Track meteorologist Nate Splater, who's out on the roads in the ABC 17 Storm Tracker 360. And Nate, where are you at right now? And what have you been seeing out there since we last spoke with you?
Yeah, so not really much different picture here, Erica. Through the morning, still good snow coming down and partly covered roads here as we are still heading west on I-70 just past mile marker 79 here and we're still getting those impacts, visibility reduction from snow coming down and cars passing by here. We are about to take an exit heading up to Marshall in just a moment to get a look at more of those roads across mid-Missouri. Even here on I-70 though, again, seeing that coverage where we're going to have to reduce that speed and it's going to get worse on those smaller side roads, so need to plan for a lot of extra time as you're heading out through the day. We will continue to see more snow for a big part of Tuesday and those winds blowing that snow around, reducing visibility. Again, just make it tricky to get outside for a lot of today, especially if you're heading out right now, still dark before sunrise. Definitely will even need more time here. We're continue to follow again those road conditions this morning. We're about to get off of I-70, look at some more of those smaller side roads as well here. Again, continue to follow those road conditions throughout the morning. Reporting now live from the Storm Tracker 360, I'm ABC 17 Storm Track meteorologist Nate Splater.
All right, thank you, Nate. And we'll check back in with him in about another 5 to 10 minutes for another update on those conditions. And here's a live look at I-44 in Rolla, where you can see the roads are just wet this morning. Of course, we'll keep monitoring conditions across Missouri and check in with our crews throughout the morning. Stay with us. The time right now is 4:53.
You know that guy? The one who's not afraid to ask the tough questions?
What goes into your decision making?
The guy uncovering problems affecting our community.
Why was there no step taken?
Getting to the bottom of what matters most.
Do you believe that's enough to ensure that these places are safe?
Yeah, this guy, ABC 17 news anchor and investigative reporter Lucas Geisler. Got a news tip for Lucas? Scan the code or click the share tab on abc17news.com to send one to him.
Finding your why starts by making an impact together, touching lives for the better. It can be the gift of time or treasure, supporting a community through talent without measure. Here, compassion fuels commitment, finding fulfillment through enrichment, serving and improving. What a way to live, and what a gift it is to give. Find your why. Get involved today for a better us.
The cases you crave.
That evidence here today is what's going to sink you.
The drama you deserve.
I don't believe anything that you're saying.
Hot Bench. Weekdays at 3 on ABC 17.
Randall was working a triathlon and he was hit by a car. He died 6 months later. There were a lot of choices she could have made that day. You know, she just hadn't been on her phone. It only takes one time. And then you've changed your life and you've affected somebody else's life. Is that text worth it? What if you were responsible for killing my husband?
I'm ABC 17's Megan Drakis. If you have medical equipment you no longer need, consider donating to Services for Independent Living in Columbia. Their free medical equipment recycle program helps seniors, veterans, people with disabilities, and others in need. Right now, they're looking for canes, walkers, bedside commodes, wheelchairs, and shower chairs. For more information, call 573-874-1646 or donate at 1401 Halfman Place in Columbia.
This is how you take the field. This is how you make Saturday special. And this is how you leave your mark. This is how we go all out and show how the game is played. SEC on ESPN and ABC. This is how it's done.
Welcome back. The time right now is 4:56. Problems may keep a private company from being the first to land on the moon. A fuel leak was reported hours after a successful launch early yesterday morning. Pittsburgh-based Astrobotic Technology was able to move the lander to face the sun so its solar panels could charge on the onboard battery. Another private company is already planning to launch a lander next month. Now this, as NASA is expected to announce a months-long delay to the first manned moon mission in more than 50 years. Artemis 2 was expected to launch in November and send 4 astronauts on a flyby of the moon. And I feel like every time they try to do some type of launch, there's always some type of delay. But if we were going to be launching anything here in Missouri today would not be the day to do it because I think visibility would probably be a major concern.
Yeah, I mean, if you've ever wondered why we don't launch rockets from the Midwest, that could be one reason. Weather, it's a bit active here. Today especially, we are tracking rain and snow. Well, across the board. Depends on where you are. If you're near Jefferson City to Vienna, Herman, Montgomery City, you've got rain. Just on the other side of Jefferson City, though, towards Columbia, it starts to mix back to snow. And we've actually we've seen some accumulations on roadways from ABC 17 Storm Track meteorologist Nate Splater up near Marshall on I-70. And so keep that in mind if you are headed to Kansas City early. We will see snow throughout the day if you're headed to school. Keep that in mind. Columbia Public Schools closed today, and so are Jefferson City school districts. So keep that in mind. But again, you might have some snow if you got to get out.
And here's a live look at I-70 in Kingdom City as we monitor conditions with the snow falling this morning. We'll have another check-in with all of our crews coming up in just a few minutes. Stay with us. The time right now is 4:57.
All the nonsense
Fibber.
meets no nonsense.
I don't buy it.
Judge Judy.
Weekdays at 4 on ABC 17 KMIZ.
When winter weather rolls in, the ABC 17 Storm Tracker rolls out, alerting you to live road conditions with the Storm Tracker 360 camera.
We're actually seeing a little bit of ice on the roadways.
Tracking every angle, every move of severe weather's path, so you know exactly what to avoid before heading out.
You're going to have to be wary for those drifts.
On the ground and in the Storm Track Weather Center, we're working together to keep you ahead of the storm. ABC 17's Storm Track Weather.
If you struggle to keep up with conversations, if you have trouble hearing the TV or radio, Nano Hearing Aids wants to help you hear better. Because when you hear better, you're actually going to feel better and live a happier, even healthier life. And Nano Hearing Aids is offering not one, but two very special, possibly once-in-a-lifetime offers. Special offer number one, when you buy any Nano OTC hearing aid, Nano will give you a pair of personal sound amplifiers absolutely free. If you have a little trouble hearing but don't need a hearing aid, these are great. Special offer two. Today, Nano is offering an amazing deal on their CIC Recharge OTC hearing aids. Today, you can order a full pair of completely in-canal Recharge OTC hearing aids for only $297. Plus, Nano offers great financing. Payments from only $26.81 a month, 88 cents a day. But supplies are limited, so call now.
1-800-231-6330. 1-800-231-6330.
We call it a talk show, but this is a life show. We call it a talk show, but this is a life show. We laugh in life. Everything happens. And on this show, we talk about everything. It's the golden hour. No matter what we are talking about, this 1 hour is special.
Make Tamron Hall a golden hour of your day.
Weekdays at 11 on ABC 17 KMIZ.
ABC 17 Storm Track Weather Alert Day coverage on ABC 17 News starts now.
We start with an ABC 17 Storm Track Weather Alert Day as more snow is moving through mid-Missouri this morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Erica McGuire.
And I'm ABC 17 Storm Track meteorologist John Ross.
We have team coverage this morning with crews out monitoring conditions all across the viewing area to let you know what you can expect if you head out the door. And we'll get out to all of them in just a minute. But first, we're going to check in with John for the latest track on this system. And John, after seeing a mix of rain and snow over the last 24 hours, today is mostly going to just be snow.
Yeah, we are starting with that mix, but you're right, Erica. We're going to see more of that blue here on our ABC 17 Storm Track Doppler radar. You can already see the motions in the atmosphere here. You see a motion from the south with this rain from, well, we'll call it Rolla up to about Louisiana here, you see, just to the east of mid-Missouri. And then that rain-snow line stretches right through the heart of our region, through Jefferson City, in fact, Columbia, just on the snow side of things. But watch, you see that kind of wave crashing back to the south, to our west. It's going to wrap back around and bring us more snow. We'll have much more detail on that. First, let's get a live look. Columbia, if you look closely, we've got some snow falling in the lights. I just peeked my head out the door, and it looks like we've got a little snow on our parking lot. Now, we'll have a live report coming in just a few minutes from Columbia, someone who's out on the streets and got a better view of what's happening on the roadways. But Jefferson City, visibility clearly reduced at Rusty Drewing Toyota and GMC. You see Highway 54 there, you can see cars traveling. But through the lights, if you get your brights on this morning, you're going to have a little bit of haze. Looks like that could be a little bit of snow mixing in there. Visibility reduced for some where the snow is falling the hardest. But we're going to see more of the snow, but one key feature today is falling temperatures. We're looking at low 30s, maybe even freezing for much of the morning. So while traffic impacts are kind of hit and miss this morning, as we see that snow continue with those cooler temperatures, we expect them to deteriorate throughout the day. We'll have more details in about 5 to 10 minutes.
And don't forget to download the free ABC 17 Storm Track Weather app to get the latest track and updates right to your phone. You can find it on the Google Play or Apple App Stores. Continuing our team coverage this morning, ABC 17 Storm Track meteorologist Nate Splater is out in the ABC 17 Storm Tracker 360 monitoring conditions this morning. And Nate, where are you at right now, and what have you been seeing out there so far this morning?
Yeah, good morning, mid-Missouri. We are still seeing some good snowfall here across the area. Currently, we're heading north on Highway 65 towards Marshall, and really roads here aren't too bad, covered, partly covered here, but really even a little better than the interstate. We were just on I-70. We've seen still some areas a little worse than others, especially where maybe plows have been through more recently. You'll definitely want to take it slow overall. And as you're heading out, something I'm meaning to mention here, you can't really see as well on this storm tracker camera, is that snow is really reducing visibility here this morning. That's going to continue through the day with strong winds, going to still blow that snow. And again, as we're passing cars, definitely going to want to take it slow here, as that visibility could be reduced at times. We are definitely still keeping it slow, even as these roads here a little bit better, relatively. Still definitely want to take caution, as we haven't had a lot of this snow coverage any part of this season really. This is the first really big impactful snow for a lot of us.